Hello there. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm just gonna do a getting ready with me while I do my makeup for my night tonight. So I haven't done one of these in a while. As usual, I put on my complexion stuff already in my eyebrows and my primers. So I'm just gonna start right into the eyeshadow. Got my coffee here as usual. How are you guys liking the new setup? I think it's awesome. I think it's so much nicer to look at like a nice part of my house and not my kitchen, and I don't know. I think it's a lot nicer. I'm liking it so far. All right, so let's just get right into it. I think today I'm going to try and use. I'm going to be working. Ooh, it's so frustrating when that happens. Okay, I'm going to be working from a few different palettes because I do want to use some of my Project Pan shades, but at the same time, like, I'm not going to spoil it and tell you which shade I hit pan on, but I did hit pan on one. And, sorry, just getting my brushes here. I did hit pan on one already, and now that one is, I could continue using it obviously, but at this point it's like, I've hit pan on that one, I kind of want to move on and kind of focus on another shade, because how else am I going to hit pan on the rest, right? And the ones that I have left to pan are just, they're hard to work with on their own. Like, I really feel like I need to just incorporate one or two of them into my looks while working with other palettes at the same time. Just because, I don't know if you guys remember, but my Project Pan selections, or pan those eyeshadows or whatever. There's so many different projects I'm working on. I always get them confused. The one where I randomly generate numbers that correspond to my eyeshadows. So I don't know if you guys remember what I ended up getting with those, but I did end up getting like 2 blacks. So I drew 8 shades altogether, and I ended up with like 2 blacks, a really, really dark brown, like nothing that's really like a transition shade and stuff like that. So it's not like, that's part of the fun of the game, is you're supposed to still be able to, like, you're allowed to go outside of those colors obviously, because it'd be pretty hard not to, but it's making the progress a little bit slower just because I can't make a look with like 5 of my colors from my project, from my Pan Those Eyeshadows or whatever, because a lot of them are like, you wouldn't use all of them together. So I am slowly working on them, and I did hit pan on one shade because I brought it with me to the wedding show that I talked about, that I did last weekend or 2 weekends ago. So I brought one of them with me and ended up hitting pan on that one, which was great. So I'm excited for the update video, which will be coming soon, because I know that I'll at least be able to roll in one new shade, so that'll be nice. But yeah, I'm trying to do something today, going with my, like, kind of matching my shirt color, because I'm wearing one of my favorite flannel plaid shirts. I actually have plans tonight with some friends in town to go out for wings, so I want to do something like, you know, I want to do something, but at the same time I don't want to do anything too wacko, because my friends will be like, what the hell? Because it's funny, because like a lot of these, like the friends in particular that I'm going out with tonight, I met them at work when I used to work at McDonald's, because when we first moved to the town I currently live in, I didn't have a car, so I had to get a job that was within walking distance. And I live, and there's no, whoop, just happened again, sorry, I keep bumping the computer. There we go. So I live in a really small town, so there isn't really any walking distance jobs that are not like fast food or retail or anything like that. And public transit isn't really a thing here. Like, we do have one bus line that goes into the nearest city, but the bus line from our town into the nearest city is like, at least, I would say it probably takes about 25 minutes to get into the city, and that just takes you into like the outskirts of the city. So if you wanted to get into like the core of the city, like where all the industry is and stuff, it would be like you'd have to add another half an hour of busing, like, and doing a bunch of transfers and stuff like that. So there's no direct and fast bus route right into the core of like the nearest city where I could like hypothetically work. And not only that, but the bus line that goes right into our town, because it's so infrequently used, it's not like, it doesn't have good hours, like hours of operation. Like it stops running at like 7 p.m. or something. So I could never like work a job where I would, it just wouldn't work out. Like using public transit here is really just, I don't know. It's like really only if you want to go into the mall or something that's like right on the outskirts of the city. But other than that, there's like, I don't see how anyone could use it like for their actual job. So, oh, that's my kitty whining. I like this setup too because you can see my cat's little tree back there, and there's almost always a kitty on there. Now, they're not doing anything interesting right now. They're kind of just sleeping, but still, like, you never know. They might jump up and move around, and I know some of you guys have commented like, oh, I see your cat in the background, and I think that's kind of funny and cute. So right now I'm just doing my transition shade with my Quo palette. My Quo Christmas holiday set. I'm just using this shade here. I know nobody really has this palette because it's a Canadian brand, and like I think I checked my analytics and I only have like 70 subscribers so far, and I think only like 5% of that is like Canadian. So there's like maybe 2 of you guys. Maybe 2 of you guys are Canadian, you know what I'm talking about, but the rest are, it appears to be American or, you know, not Canadian, that's for sure. So sorry that I'm using makeup that you probably can't get. I don't know if you can order it online or what, but I don't know. It's pretty good though. Like I'm pretty impressed with it. It was one of my brands on my list of like brands I wanted to try this year. And I've never really tried it before because they're kind of at a price point that's like really high for drugstore. Like they're like the highest, they price themselves almost like not luxury, but like mid-range. Like they price themselves as if they could be in Sephora kind of thing. But it is it is a drugstore brand. So I've always been a little bit hesitant because I'm like, why is it so much money for a drugstore brand? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to pay a ton of money and then not, you know, feel like it's worth it. But it actually does perform like really well, like comparable to like a higher end palette so far that I've tried. So I'm gonna grab this palette next. This is just a Z palette, but I really want to use this color right here. It is a duochrome from Cleona called Wormwood, and it's such a pretty color. There's actually like kind of a dupe for it in this laptop palette from Sephora. If you've got that, there is a shade in there that's almost exactly the same. It's like a little more blue toned than this one, because this one, like as you can see in the pan, it looks like a turquoise or something. Oh, sorry, right there. But once you put it on the eye, it's like there's a really heavy like purpley burgundy undertone, which is like exactly what I'm wearing today. So that's why I thought it would be a cute one to try, but I haven't tried it on the eye yet. I've only swatched it, so we'll see how this goes. Okay. But those of you that aren't in Canada or in like maybe the very northern states, you probably haven't heard this, because why would you? But there was a very big storm, like a snowstorm over the weekend here. Not really here, like not where I live per se. I mean, we did get a ton of snow. Like I'll show you guys, since I'm right beside a window, I'll show you guys my backyard right now. I don't know if you can see that. See that little black dot on the ground there? That's like a grate that like drains the runoff water, and like you can't even see the grate because it's so buried in the snow. But yeah, so that's like kind of the amount we got. We got about, like I did the driveway the other day. We shoveled, Jeff and I, and we had about, I would say, that much snow, like about 1.5 feet of snow. So that's quite a lot for us. But, and I'm in Ontario, but one of the other provinces on the East Coast Was it not Nova Scotia, not New Brunswick. What was it? Newfoundland. Out in Newfoundland, they got so much snow. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, you can Google this and you'll see what I mean. But if you Google like Newfoundland snowstorm videos on YouTube or wherever, they got so much snow, they would open their front door and I kid you not, there'd be like this much of a crack at the very, very top of the door because the snow had piled like 6 feet high. Like, not even kidding. It's insane. So those of you that are like living your best lives out there in California and being like, I know you guys get like forest fires, so like, you know, it's not necessarily perfect all the time, but those of you who live in places that don't get snow, let's just say, it's pretty intense right now here in Canada, and it may seem like no big deal if you aren't used to it or whatever. You might think, okay, cool, like you have a big like pile of white stuff, like what, who cares? But it really does impact on day-to-day life here, because like when the snow's really bad, you can't drive until like plows come by and move the snow off the roads. And like Jeff and I had some plans over the weekend. We had to totally like scrap the plans because we couldn't really get out because there was so much snow. And like I said, we only got about 1.5 feet compared to some of the people. Like, it's like they've declared a state of emergency in Newfoundland because of the 6 feet tall. Like, there were pictures of people's cars and you could only see the roof of the car, and like the entire doors and like windshield and top and front of the entire rest of the car was buried. So it's pretty intense. Like, it's pretty bad. I'm sure anybody living out in Newfoundland right now must be off work. I mean, there's no way they could get to any kind of a job unless they work from home. But even then, like, I bet a lot of people are experiencing like power outages and things, like, because the snow's so heavy, it must be pulling down like electricity wires and things like that. I don't know if that's what they're called. We call them hydro wires here, but I know that's not an American term, so I just said electricity wires, and I probably sounded really dumb saying that, but... Okay, so this is what the shade's looking like so far. It's very, like, grungy, but I'm kind of going for that, like, 90s grunge thing with my flannel shirt and everything, and it still has those undertones of, like, I think you can kind of see it in the light, like, on this side of my eye, you can kind of see the reflection of the turquoise, and then on this side, like, you can see it shifting to like a burgundy purple. So it's very, very pretty shade. I was really excited when I got this one because I think out of all of their duochromes, this is like the best one by far from Cleona. So if you're looking for one, I definitely suggest this one. It's the one called Wormwood. Yeah, it's so pretty. I think using my fingers just getting a little more intensity, but I am going to want to try and blend that out a little bit because it's a little too, you know, caked right there. This is going to be a longer video, you guys. As you can tell, I'm still on the first eye of eyeshadow. I'm already 13 minutes in, but... So let's just see how this blends. I'm going to use like a fluffy brush because I don't want it to be too blended, like too I don't know, because like I have trouble figuring out sometimes how to, there's quite a bit of fallout too, and I've already done my face, so like this is frustrating. I'm gonna try and just dust it off. There, that's a little better. Doesn't help that I don't have like the best brushes in the world. I don't know about you guys, but like I shudder at the thought and kind of refuse to go and drop like 30 or 40 bucks on a brush. Like, I'll drop that on a palette, sure, but a brush, like, I can't. Like, I can't even come to terms with that idea. So my brushes are either ones that came in other palettes, like I have this one came in the Naked palette, you know, the double-ended ones that always come in like the palettes, right? Got those, and I've got some from the dollar store, and I've got some that were handed down to me from my sister that she didn't want anymore. But like I've never gone out and bought like an expensive brush. I just feel like maybe I'm missing out. Maybe if I did buy one, I'd be like, oh my god, how did I not use these in the past? But I don't know, I feel like for now I'm able to blend it like well enough for my liking. Using a dollar store brush, like, I don't know, whatever, I think it's fine. I think it's blended. I did take away a little bit of, oh my gosh, why? There we go. A little bit of that really intense part in the middle, so I'm just gonna put a little more back on there. Yeah, this color's so pretty. I really like it. But oh, I was talking about my plans for tonight. Sorry, I got a little off topic there with the snowstorm and whatnot. But yeah, so I'm going out with friends tonight that I met from work, from McDonald's. The whole reason I brought that up was because I was going to say, back when I worked at McDonald's, which was a few years ago, I used to work the really, really early morning shift. Like really early morning. Like I had to open the store at 5. So I would be waking up, and I had to walk there. Let's not forget, like the whole purpose of this conversation was telling you how I had to work there because I didn't have a car. So I had to walk, and the McDonald's in my town is at the very kind of other side of town. I mean, I don't live in a big town, so it is walkable, but it's probably like, it took me average about 30 minutes, almost exactly 30 minutes to walk to McDonald's when I worked there. And 30 minutes, like, you know, it doesn't seem like too bad, but it's like when you have to start at 5, then that means you have to leave your house at 4:30, which means you have to wake up really freaking early. So because I started so early in the morning, I never did my makeup for work, ever. Like, I'm talking, I didn't even do like foundation or eyebrows or anything. Like, I just, if I had zits on my face, I had zits on my face. Like, I just didn't even care because like I just refused to get up at like 3 a.m. to get ready for work. So I'd wake up at 4, you know, have breakfast and whatever, and then leave my house at 4:30 so that I'd get there at 5. Actually, I'd have to leave a little before that because obviously you don't want to get to work like the minute you're supposed to clock in, right? So anyway, so these friends I'm going out with tonight, they are not used to seeing me wearing makeup. They don't even, I don't think, really know about, if any of you are watching, friends, comment below that you found this channel, because I haven't even told them that I'm really doing this channel at all, so it's kind of on the DL. I mean, I don't mind if they know that I do it. It's just, it's kind of a hobby for me, and like, it's kind of a weird hobby. You know, it kind of feels weird to tell people that you make YouTube videos if you don't really have an audience yet and you don't really have anybody watching them. Then it feels kind of stupid, right? Like, I don't know. At least to me it does. So I haven't really told them that I do YouTube. But yeah, they're used to seeing me showing up to work back when we worked together in like my uniform, which was not flattering, and my hair not done, my makeup not done. Just, they were lucky I even freaking got there, you know what I mean? So it'll be, yeah, so that's why I'm trying to go with like kind of a look tonight that's not too insane. I mean, it's a duochrome, so it's kind of funky and stuff, and it's like got some color to it, but I don't want it to be too like crazy makeup face, because they're gonna be like, who are you? But yeah, it should be a good time. I'm going out for wings. I'm not really a wings fan, to be honest with you. I don't really like eating meat off of a bone. I don't know why, but I just never have really liked it. It's just kind of grosses me out. I don't know why, because I'm not like a vegetarian. I never have been. I don't really even feel any sort of moral objection to eating meat. It's not like I'm one of those, it's not like that's why I don't like it, because I, you know, feel bad for the animals or whatever. Like, I feel like certain animals, like, you know, we eat them, it's fine. Like, I don't really feel like that about it. It's just kind of grosses me out, because you never know, like, I feel like maybe I've had bad experiences where I've bitten a piece of meat off the bone and then there's this gross like tendon, and it just grosses me out. I don't know, it grosses me out. But I think the place we're going tonight has boneless wings, which is just a fancy word for like chicken nuggets basically. So that's probably what I'm gonna get. Really, it's just an opportunity to kind of see my friends again, because I haven't seen them in a while. I saw one of them, her brother just got engaged, and she's my friend, so she knows that I'm a wedding photographer. So she like referred me to them. So now I'm actually going to be shooting her brother's wedding in a couple of months. So I saw her kind of recently, saw her around Christmas time, but the other friends I haven't seen in a while because, you know, one of them has kids, and like they're just, one of them works like most of them don't work at McDonald's anymore. Like there's one that does still, but the rest kind of have moved on, and our work schedules now are very hard to coordinate because as a wedding photographer I'm usually working weekends, so that doesn't really work, and then most other people work weekdays, so for us to like all get together is really difficult. And one of the girls even like got a job at a factory, and so she works like really weird like shifts, kind of like Jeff does. So it's really hard to kind of like make plans to get together with all of them, and I don't even know who all is going to be there. Like I know the group of us that kind of tends to like hang out together, so I know who's like probably invited. I just don't know who all is going to make it. But yeah, it should be a good time. Okay, let me see. Sorry, I need to kind of look this way because, okay, this shade is absolutely gorgeous. The camera does not do it justice. Like, it is such a pretty blue to purple shift. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I am so obsessed with it. It's probably one of my new favorite shadows, I'm not gonna lie. And this is the first time I've used it, and I'm already saying that. So the fallout is annoying. I'll probably have to fix a little bit of my face after, but like I feel like I have used like one shadow and like a transition shade, and I can just like leave it at that. Like it looks good to go pretty much. So that's pretty amazing. Ugh, the fallout though, that is quite irritating. I'm gonna have to really fix my face somehow. But yeah, I might just deepen up the corners and then do my eyeliner and all that jazz and be done. But yeah, I love this, the way it looks. The camera sucks, man. I wish you guys could see like how my makeup really looks. Oh, Kitty's coming down from the tree. Alright, so I'm just going to put something on the lower lash line. Not going to go in with the same color. I'm going to go in with another one from the Quo palette. There's like a dark kind of purpley burgundy kind of color I'm going to do. What is this black thing? Yes, hi buddy. My cat is right at my feet right now. Oh, he's got his little toy. Come here, buddy. He wants to play. My cat knows how to play fetch, so he brings me his little toys and then he'll go get them. You want to go get your mousey? Go get it. Oh, it went on the counter. I don't know if he'll be able to get it. You gotta jump up. He's gonna whine for it now. Sorry, guys, for the whining. Oh, he's figuring it out. He is figuring it out. Yeah, this color from the Quo palette for my bottom lash line is going so well with the others. Like, Sometimes when I do my makeup, I feel like it's just a shot in the dark. Like I'm like, well, this might work out, might look terrible. I don't know if you guys feel that way when you do your makeup too, but there's like, you know, everyone has their like go-to looks where they're like, okay, I know this color works with this color and it's gonna look good once I put it on my eyes, and you know, it'll be an easy and quick kind of like one and done thing. And like I have those too. But then when it comes to these more out there shades, it's like every time I do a look, I'm just like, well, let's fingers crossed that this doesn't look terrible, you know, and sometimes it does. But this one, I'm really liking it. I'm really liking it. So that looks nice. I'm just gonna put a little black in the outside corner and sort of just try and make a little bit more dimension here. You don't want to add, like, at least me personally, I feel like I don't want to add too much to this duochrome because it's already got a lot going on because it's a duochrome. So those shades, like, you don't want to go overkill with like lots of stuff, you know. But I just want to deepen up the corner just like a little bit. Feels like unfinished if I don't have like a bit of a deeper corner, outside corner. I'm gonna take that a little bit under the lash line too, just like on the lower lash line, just on the outside. I'm gonna need to blend that a little bit. Good. God, the fallout though. Definitely going to not do my face first next time I use this color, because it's like really causing me problems here. Okay, I like that deeper corner with the black. Plus I did say I was going to use one of my focus shades from Pan Those Eyeshadows, and I so far haven't until this black. That is the only one. Let's see how that's looking from the right light. Okay, I need a little more. Right in here. My cat's going nuts. I don't know, what do you guys think? I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, I like that. Just gotta match it on the other side now. Oh my goodness. I have my handy dandy spray bottle here for my cats because I'm trying to train them not to go into the sink. But that's hard because cats are dicks. I love them, but they are dicks. They just do what they want. They don't care what you say. The only thing they care about is if they get sprayed. That's good. I like that. Okay, time to do the other side. Yeah, I don't know, guys, how this first update is gonna go with my Pan Those Eyeshadows because of these freaking blacks. Like, it's so hard to hit pan on a black, and I got 2 of them. So they're gonna be in there for a while. I'm gonna be doing a lot of dark outer corners for a long time because I really need to use these blacks. And it's not even that I don't like using the blacks. It's not like an effort. It's just you use so little of it because you just want it for like a little pop, right? So it's like really hard to achieve actually hitting pan on one. I will feel good about it once I do though, because I have complained about this in other videos before, but I have like 50,000 matte blacks, and it's like, if I get one more freaking matte black, I swear to God, like I don't need another matte black, please. Please, makeup companies, stop putting them in every single palette. I do like that when the black is added though. It does give it a little extra something. Little extra something. Although I do find like the more you the more you try and blend stuff with this wormwood shade, it kind of gets rid of a lot of the blue shift. Like I might want to go in now and almost beef it up a little more again with my finger. It's like a process getting to learn how to use these Clionadh shades. Like I love them and they're really amazing and I think they're worth the price. But it is a learning curve because you can't really just use them the way you would use a regular shadow. That looks cool. Okay, I'm happy with the black now. Thank you to that palette. Now let's just go in one more time with wormwood, just over that outside corner a tiny bit. There we go. That's kind of bringing it back. Yeah, cool, cool. I like it. Okay. Wow, did you guys hear that? I freaking inhaled that coffee, like in a bad way, like legitimately almost like inhaled it. Oh, okay. Almost done, you guys. That was a process, but we'll see. Okay, I'm going to now do an eyeliner. Gosh, this fallout is just insane. Trying to get rid of it all. It's like all over my nose. Oh, okay, whatever, it's worth it. It looks good. All right, eyeliner. Going to take this, and this. I'm using my usual Revlon Colorstay eyeliner. I'm really running low on this. This is gonna get put in the empties pile pretty soon, but I don't want it to because I don't want to buy another eyeliner. I'm almost out. I do have a couple other eyeliners, but like they're actual pencils and I don't really like those as much. I find them harder to use. Like I actually have used a liquid liner for like a decade now, so I feel like I'm pretty good at it, but like when it comes to pencil liners, I don't know, not so good. I'm trying to do a bit of a wing here, but nothing too insane. These shadows are so, like this wormwood shadow is so reflective that it's like almost hard to see what I'm doing when I'm putting my eyeliner on, because it's like just the reflectiveness. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but like I like it, but it's just, it's hard. Okay, I think that's pretty good. It's all right. I tend to get really like perfectionist-y with my eyeliner and then it just ends up making it worse. So I'm trying to stop doing that because that's not helping me. You need to just be happy with it. It'll be a lot easier when I have a brand new eyeliner and not using the very last drop of this stuff. It doesn't go on very smoothly when you're down to the last little bit. I might buy black next time too. Like, I've been using dark brown for like years, but lately I've been feeling like it's not quite dark enough for the looks that I want. So we'll see. I'm kicking myself because there was a really good bundle deal on the Balm website the other day for like an eyeliner and palette bundle, and I thought about it and I had it in my cart and everything, and I didn't get it because I was like, am I just doing this because it's a bundle? You know what I mean? So I didn't do it, and now that I'm actually running out of eyeliner, I was like, oh, well now I actually need the eyeliner. So I like felt a little more justified, so I went back to the Balm to get the bundle, and it's gone, of course, right? So that's just the way it goes, I guess. Oh well. Okay. Okay, fine. This is fine. I'm just gonna go with it. It's fine. I do have another one that I'm going to use. It's a Physicians Formula kohl eyeliner thing, but look how thick it is, right? Like the end, like you can't get a precise line. So I really only use it for like my waterline because that's the only real best way to use this guy, I think. And I don't always line my waterline, but I just think with this kind of grunge look, I think it'll make sense. So lately I've been going in with two different mascaras because I have this little sample from Smashbox that I feel like does a really good job of separating my lashes, but not the greatest job at like lengthening or volumizing. Right now I have like really gross clumpy lashes because that eyeliner got in it. So this is gonna be a challenge. But that's kind of why I've been doing the two-step process. So I go in with this one to kind of separate, and then I go in with my usual Better Than Sex mascara to do the most of the work for the mascara routine. This eye that I'm working on right now is watering like insane right now, which sucks because this eyeliner that I just used is not waterproof whatsoever, like any kind of a teardrop, and it's gonna end up all over my face, but that's okay. Hopefully my eye will just calm down in a minute. Does anybody else, okay, I feel like I'm the only person in the world who experiences this. I've never heard anyone else say it, but maybe that's just because it's so random that there's no point in saying it, but does anybody else experience this when you're doing your mascara where your nose will just start like running like crazy? That happens to me every time I do my freaking mascara, and I don't know why. It's kind of always done that, and I thought maybe at first I was like, oh, maybe I'm allergic to this mascara, but I've switched mascaras like multiple, like over and over again my whole life. I've switched mascaras and tried out different mascaras, and the same thing happens every time. So I don't know what it is, but doing mascara just makes my nose run, which is frustrating because obviously then it messes up all my foundation down there. But so I did something to my wrist, this one, and I don't really notice it being a problem ever, except when I'm like awkwardly doing like my left eye, for example, and I'm twisting it in a weird way, and I'm wondering if it's from shoveling all that snow. It could be, but something definitely happened to my wrist. It's like really strained, like right, the muscle, whatever muscle connects like this weird nubby part to like up to your pinky kind of thing, that's where it's hurting. And like, you know, when I turn, it's mostly in the joint here. It doesn't like extend that much up, but it's definitely a wrist problem, so that's fun to deal with. It's not that bad though, it's okay. yeah, I'm liking this. You know what? Maybe I will film. Sorry, I'm just thinking in my head and I'm like, why am I just not saying this out loud? I'm just being very quiet for this video. It's strange. I think I might film my next round of the pan, those eyeshadows right after this actually. I know I just talked about how I'm struggling to use them all and stuff, but it's like I'm at the point now where I could wait like the extra week or whatever to do the update, and by the time it goes up it probably will be on time anyways. Like I'll schedule it for the proper time, but it's like I can tell even at this point with like 1 week to go before my scheduled update that I'm not gonna hit pan on the other shades. I did already hit pan on one, so I feel like at least I have something to show you guys in the update, but I don't think I'm gonna hit pan on any other ones this time around. So I might as well roll in another shade so that I can get going on that. So maybe I will do that right after this. That'd be nice. Okay, so this is kind of like gonna be boring from here on out, so I think I'm gonna end the video here because it's been 40 minutes. I've talked to you guys about my plans for tonight. I've talked to you about, you know, the look I'm doing. All I have left to do really is finish my mascara, put on a little blush, and then I'm kind of calling it a day. So thanks for doing this getting ready video with me. If you liked it, I don't know why. This was definitely a really boring video, but subscribe to the channel because I make better videos than this, usually. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, bye guys.